Rated mature audiences only. Viewer discretion is advised. Broadcasting from the Big Peach of Atlanta, Georgia. A show unfiltered, unscripted, raw. The Patriot Angle Podcast.
What's going on at the border? Is somebody asking the foreign nationals who are in Del Rio, Texas, and setting up camps on this side of the border for proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test?
Well, first of all, I can readdress for you or re-talk you through what steps we take.
That is the policy for people who fly into the country. So if somebody walks into the country right across the river, does somebody ask them to see their vaccination card?
Well, let me explain to you again, Peter, how our process works. As individuals come across the border, and they are both assessed for whether they have any symptoms. If they have symptoms, the intention is for them to be quarantined. That is our process. They're not intending to stay here for a lengthy period of time. I don't think it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. These are individuals, as we've noted and as we've been discussed. We are expelling individuals based on Title 42. Specifically because of COVID, because we want to prevent a scenario where large numbers of people are gathering, posing a threat to the community and also to the migrants themselves. So those are the policies that we put in place, in large part because, again, the CDC continues to recommend Title 42 be in place given we're facing a global pandemic.
What? Say that again? It's not the same thing? Oh, so are they like a special kind of human or something where they don't need to get a vaccine? Folks, these vaccines, this COVID hysteria is literally taking over the country as we speak. I never thought we're now in month September 2021, a full just about a year, over a year and a half, right? Right? By the way, guys, welcome producer Josh back to the show. He's been absent as of late. But Josh, welcome back to the show, man. It's been hell without you. But welcome back. Can you believe this? This is insane. Illegal aliens do not need proof of vaccination because they're not intending to stay. Well, no shit, they're not intended to stay. They sneak into the country, they make as much money as possible, and then they go back to their homeland. Just say it as it is. Say it as it is. Well, the White House is basically saying it as it is, but they're using political terms behind it. Oh, they're not required to show proof of vaccination. Even though the government requires proof of vaccination on just about every fucking American in this country. It's getting worse, guys. Do you know now? It started out in New York. Now it's branching out to every other state. Do you know that in other states now, if you want to require going to like a football game or a baseball game in other states, the majority of it now, because of Biden's vaccine mandate and mask mandates, that you are now required to show either that you've been fully vaccinated or if you don't want to choose to get the vaccine, you have to show a negative test within the last 72 hours that you don't have COVID in order to attend that football or sporting event. Isn't that crazy? This is the most heinous crap I've ever seen in my lifetime. It's crazy. It really is. the most craziest era of my lifetime, or I think of anybody's lifetime, that we're completely seeing. So basically, let me ask you a question here, guys. Okay, focus on this one question. This is how... Now, if you're not familiar on or realize on how a socialist country is born, it's born due to the people of that country literally giving up their rights and their freedoms and their liberties to that government. Folks, we will lose all that if we give it up to this form of government running this country. With more on that first, folks, we'll be right back after these words. Patriot Unfiltered.
Cars 100% online wouldn't work, but we went to work, building an experience that lets you shop over 17,000 cars from home, creating a coast-to-coast network to deliver your car as soon as tomorrow, recruiting an army of customer advocates to make your experience incredible, and putting you in control of the whole thing with powerful technology. That's why we've become the nation's fastest growing retailer, because our customers love it. See for yourself at Carvana.com.
The new flavor is in production as we speak. We've been hyped about this for months, and the time is finally here. So let's go check it out. In here. This Galaxy Burst. This flavor has a burst of candy with a hint of tart, leaving your taste buds begging for more. It's fruity and creamy, yet sweet and tangy. After months of testing and formulation, this Galactic flavor is sure to take over the galaxy. Now let's give it a try. So good.
Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, time to go.
RaiseEnergy.com. Mike Gardner, a host like no other, unscripted, unfiltered, raw.
Hey guys, back to the show here. More far left, maskless privilege. We're seeing it with undocumented immigrants coming to this country that are not required to show a vaccination card from their countries that they're either fleeing or literally leaving, I guess, for various of different reasons. The Biden administration clearly, I said this in the video I plugged in, clearly is not requiring them to literally show the vaccination, because they're not intended to stay here long. That's crazy. Crazy. Okay. So, what if they are intended to stay here long? Do they still have to show the vaccination card? Or is that an exemption? Because, say it as it is, this mandate, this abuse of power, this control, really is just a control on the American people and nobody else. Just say it like it is, because that's what we're clearly seeing. We're clearly seeing it. It's crazy. Here's more far left, maskless privilege. This is going back at the Emmys. Yeah. A Hollywood elite privilege. LA County. Now, get this, guys. This is crazy talk. Get this. You can't make up these words because this is an actual article. Get this. Crazy talk. LA County Department of Health says that maskless Emmys are covered under the filming exemption. Can you believe that? They're covered under the exemption. Again, are they some kind of super hybrid human that they won't spread COVID? Well, apparently this administration's so worried about it. But the LA County Department of Health, which is a liberal city, okay, and I'm sure they favor Biden's agendas with COVID, says that they're covered under the filming exemption. Oh, there's a filming exemption? Apparently there's a undocumented migrant exemption. Folks, this is crazy. Crazy. Where a lot of people are now criticizing these celebrities of images showing them maskless and partying at the Emmys while staffers are huddled behind their face coverings. Oh, the staff have to be covered because they're not a Hollywood public figure, right? So they have to be masked. Folks, this is crazy. Crazy stuff. Now, I mentioned earlier in the show, you got to wear a mask if you're attending sporting events and everything else. But these are now a whole bunch of people literally supporting the Emmys just not too long ago. A couple days ago, actually. Maskless, not social distance. They're definitely not 6 feet apart. Check this video out, guys. I mean, this is nuts. Literally nuts. As I speak, this is insanity at its best. Crazy insanity. Oh, do we have a video, Josh? Oh, we don't have the... Oh, they took it down? Oh, no kidding. No kidding. That was quick. Oh, they took it down because they don't want people to realize the scheme of all this. I'm telling you, folks, it's nothing but a scheme. Here's a new report on that. That LA County Department of Public Health tells the American people that the maskless Emmys, were not in violation of the county's mask mandate because exemptions are made for film, television, and music productions. Since additionally safety modifications are made for such events. Okay, so they're not wearing the mask. So where's the safety modification? Ask me. Where is the safety modification? They're not wearing a mask, so how are they safely not spreading COVID to people that are wearing a mask and not wearing a mask? So basically they're infecting themselves then, right? Right? I mean, you know. But this is according to Breitbart News. Excuse me. I'm just it's just, you know me, man. I get heated up and my words mix. As Breitbart News reported, Hollywood studios such as Netflix, Disney, and Paramount reportedly enlisted highly paid lobbyists to sway state politicians, including Governor Gavin Newsom, to declare that the entertainment industry as essential, leaving them exempt from the state's lockdown orders. So they don't have to wear a mask, they don't have to worry about struggling with the COVID restrictions, they don't have to do any of that. They're protected. Protected. But during the show, guys, oh, we got a sound clip here. I made sure I got to put this one in here. Josh is right on top of this. Thanks, Josh. Thanks, buddy. During the show on Sunday night, just yesterday, right? None other than comedian Seth Rogen pointed out the hypocrisy on the display. Check this out, guys. I mean, this is... Yeah, check this out.
That was wild. That was truly insane. Was not expecting that. That was like when I was listening to music with my mom and she knew all the words to WAP. It took me by surprise. Is it WAP or WAP? I don't know. Anyway, good to be here at the Emmy Awards. Let me start by saying there is way too many of us in this little room. What are we doing? They said this was outdoors. It's not. They lied to us. We're in a hermetically sealed tent right now. I would not have come to this. Why is there a roof? It's more important that we have 3 chandeliers than that we make sure we don't kill Eugene Levy tonight. That is what has been decided. This is insane. I went from wiping my groceries to having Paul Bettany sneeze in my face. So, that's a big week.
Yeah, he made sure he put that in there. You know, guys, I love Seth Rogen, but you know, that's a terrible joke. A terrible joke. You know, and then later that evening, the event's host Cedric the Entertainer said everyone at the show had been fully vaccinated whilst taking a subtle jab at rapper Nicki Minaj. Check this out, guys.
Welcome to the 73rd Emmy Awards. I'm Cedric the Entertainer. Look at this room, man. So many talented people in here. Matter of fact, lock the doors. We're not leaving until we find a new host for Jeopardy in here somewhere.
Cedric the Entertainer didn't hold back while hosting the 2021 Emmy Awards. The comedian kicked off the award show and he went in with his jokes in his first monologue, delivering some major zingers about COVID-19 vaccines, and he even mentioned Nicki Minaj's recent controversial tweets.
We had to get vaxxed to come here, you know what I mean? I got vaxxed. I did not have a reaction like Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend, okay? I got Pfizer, you know what I'm saying, because I'm bougie, all right? Pfizer, that's the Neiman Marcus of vaccines, you know what I mean? And then Moderna, that's Macy's, and then Johnson & Johnson, that's TJ Maxx, of course, you know.
The 57-year-old also didn't leave out the royals. He poked fun at Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle's bombshell interview with Oprah, and even mentioned their son Archie.
That Oprah interview with Prince Harry and Meghan, woo, that was the real tea right there, wasn't it? Meghan must put it on that boy because he renounced his throne quicker than Eddie Murphy did in Coming to America. I said, man. And I can't believe they was talking about that little baby like that. Little Archie, I want to know how dark that little baby gonna be. They need little Archie. I mean,
shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You feel special now? You feel special? Oh, yeah. Yeah, keep on praising that vaccination. I'm all for Nicki Minaj. I really am. She's literally defending her rights on this crap. But folks, this will never go away. Is this the price that we have to pay in order to have normalcy back in this country? Do we have to literally bow down and kiss the ass of this government? I mean, that's where it seems like we have to. We have to do that. This is insanity. Complete insanity, folks. And it seems like it's not going away. I mean, when will it go away? Who knows? Who knows when this will go away? Who knows when their normalcy will come back in this country? It may never come back in this country. COVID hysteria seems like it's going to be like forever in America. And it seems like it only applies in America because I've been looking at other countries, and some countries are kind of following the same path as we are. Some countries aren't. and they're just kind of leaving it like in the dark. They're just going about their business. They're like saying, you know, fuck this shit. We ain't gonna have this shit, you know. But you know, what can you say, guys? What can you say? Hey guys, head over to the official website, which is now open, patriotunfiltered.com. That's right, guys, patriotunfiltered.com. You can find the official Patriot Angle Podcast merchandise on the website. Towards the end of this month into the next month, we're going to have free shipping. That's right, guys, free shipping with Patriot1 promo code. That's right, guys. Enter Patriot1, the number 1 promo code, and you'll get free shipping. So head over to patriotunfiltered.com for your official podcast merchandise. Now, I covered the undocumented illegals not required to show proof as they come into this country. I covered the maskless privilege with the Hollywood elites. I want to get to this one story, guys, with Fauci. Yeah, he's back. He's back. COVID-19 vaccine for children will likely be available before Halloween, he's saying. Oh, before Halloween. Yes, right in time for the next major holiday of this country, which is Halloween. All the kids love going out and trick-or-treating. We seen literally a horror show last year with the Halloween, masked Halloween. A lot of parents weren't even participating in Halloween with their kids last year. They were discussed about COVID. Very little. Very little. And I think it's going to be almost the same this year. They're going to say, you know, the hell with this. Yeah, kid wears a mask. It's part of the costume, right? But that kid's not wearing the mask the whole freaking time. I mean, at least I remember when I was a kid. We didn't put our mask on our face the whole time. We couldn't breathe. It was hot, right? So we took the mask off and, you know, we kind of put it over our face and we continued trick-or-treating. But then we didn't have this hysteria, this socialist nightmare of COVID that we're living through right now. But Fauci's saying that there's going to be a vaccine for children more or less before Halloween. Oh, whoopity-doo. Oh, okay. You know, I don't think we should be masking our children. I don't think we should be enforcing even the vaccine mandates, let alone on adults, than on children, because children are supposed to be developing their immune system at a young age, so that by the time they're older, like my age and older than me, their immune system is pretty damn high, you know. But appearing Monday on MSNBC's White House Chief Medical Advisor, Dr. Anthony Fauci, or what I call him, Dr. Doom, predicted. Oh, he's predicting. Oh, so it's not set in stone yet. When you hear the word predicted, that means they're still, you know, they're still working up their idea, their plan, right? That the vaccine will be available for children ages 5 to 11 to receive by the end of Halloween. Oh, so you're going to require a child from the age of 5 to 11 to take this jab? What? Folks, are you not clearly seeing what's going on? This administration, this Dr. Fauci, they're killing people with the friggin' vaccines. Literally. Josh, remember that video we watched? It was like over the weekend. You showed me something really, really, a couple videos actually, but they were rather interesting of truly what's going on. Do you have that? You gotta look through the library there. Okay, look through that library and get me that video if you don't mind, because that was interesting. But this is Dr. Fauci now saying that by Halloween, kids 5 to 11 will have a vaccine. I tell you, folks, if this has got to be the worst era of a lifestyle to live through. It really does. I just don't understand how people are living through this crap. I don't. I don't understand it. I don't know how much more that this country can take. This is craziness. Crazy, crazy, crazy. It's disaster. That's what it really is. It's crazy. It's a complete, open disaster. And when will it end? When is it going to end? Will it ever end? I surely hope so. Because this is... What's the matter? Oh, you saved it, and then another video they took down. Like, what are they going to take down videos because they don't want you to hear the truth? Folks, I do promise that if we come across this video, you got to watch this video, man. This is some bombshell type of stuff. Literally bombshell. Because I really wanted to plug into this show here, this video we came across, because it was jaw-dropping. Like, this is an older video from the 80s of what Fauci was doing with the AIDS epidemic during the 80s. And it was a video that this gentleman literally made a lot of sense. A lot of his wording. I mean, I'm sure the video went viral on the internet, so that's probably why they took it down. Because they'll take down anything that does not fit their narrative. Literally. And that's just the way it is, folks. That's the way it is. But where is that at? Did you find it, Josh? Because I really want to. I would really want to enlighten the listeners here on the show. Just this whole this video, because it made a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Just bear with us, folks. We're trying to find this video, okay? Because it has a lot to do with today's times. We're looking through it. Oh, here it is right here. Check this out, guys.
But has it ever occurred to you, Wally, that the process that creates this boredom that we see in the world now may very well be a self-perpetuating, unconscious form of brainwashing created by a world totalitarian government based on money, and that all of this is much more dangerous than one thinks, and it's not just a question of individual survival, Wally, but that somebody who's bored is asleep, and somebody who's asleep will not say no? See, I keep meeting these people. I mean, just a few days ago, I met this man whom I greatly admire. He's a Swedish physicist, Gustav Bjornstrand, and he told me that he no longer watches television, he doesn't read newspapers, and he doesn't read magazines. He's completely cut them out of his life because he really does feel that we're living in some kind of Orwellian nightmare now, and that everything that you hear now contributes to turning you into a robot. And when I was at Findhorn, I met this extraordinary English tree expert who had devoted his life to saving trees. Just got back from Washington, lobbying to save the redwoods. He's 84 years old, and he always travels with a backpack because he never knows where he's going to be tomorrow. And when I met him at Findhorn, he said to me, "Where are you from?" And I said, "New York." He said, "New York, yes, that's a very interesting place. Do you know a lot of New Yorkers who keep talking about the fact that they want to leave but never do?" And I said, "Oh, yes." And he said, "Why do you think they don't leave?" I gave him different banal theories. He said, "Oh, I don't think it's that way at all." He said, "I think that New York is the new model for the new concentration camp, where the camp has been built by the inmates themselves, and the inmates are the guards, and they have this pride in this thing they've built. They've built their own prison, and so they exist in a state of schizophrenia, where they are both guards and prisoners, and as a result, they no longer have, having been lobotomized, the capacity to leave the prison they've made, or to even see it as a prison." And then he went into his pocket and he took out a seed for a tree and he said, "This is a pine tree." He put it in my hand and he said, "Escape before it's too late." See, actually for 2 or 3 years now, Chiquita and I have had this very unpleasant feeling that we really should get out. And we really should feel like Jews in Germany in the late 30s. Get out of here. Of course, the problem is where to go, because it seems quite obvious that the whole world is going in the same direction. See, I think it's quite possible that the 1960s represented the last burst of the human being before he was extinguished, and that this is the beginning of the rest of the future now, that from now on there'll simply be all these robots walking around, feeling nothing, thinking nothing, and there'll be nobody left almost to remind them that there once was a species called a human being, with feelings and thoughts, and that history and memory are right now being erased, and soon nobody will really remember that life existed on the planet.
Patriot Unfiltered Raw. You just heard an episode of the Patriot Angle Podcast, an Anchor platform.